All right, guys, welcome back to Blu-ray Tuesday. I'm back after a crazy week. After I filmed last week's episode, I woke up the next day with like excruciating pain in my eye. It was awful. It was like every little light that hit me like stabbed me in the eye. It was like the worst thing ever. I went to work the same day, like I worked like 6 hours, and I went home because, girl, I wasn't about to stay there. I went half a day and left. It was awful. I almost called in sick, by the way, guys, and I don't do that. And he's talking about that in the podcast, which was like so funny. I should have. I woke up that day. Okay, let me just talk about it. Last week, yeah, I did. I woke up in excruciating pain after that episode, and I was like, fuck. And then my eye was like oozing like these weird ass like yellowish white colors. It was so gross, and like it was hurting the whole day. I went to work and I had to deal with customers. My eye is just watering profusely. Did I say that word right? Profusely? It was awful. Like I was being stabbed in the eye. It was like glass shards were there. It was a very painful experience that I would never ever like wish upon my worst enemy. Maybe. It was like the worst thing that's ever happened to me. Anyways, I went to the doctor and found out I scratched my eye and it got infected, of all things. I had an eye infection and it was the worst thing ever. And to wake up this morning to listen to the Overlook Theater's latest episode on their podcast, to have them talk about my eye. It was so embarrassing. I was already embarrassed being at work with that. My eye just throbbing and just so red and like pus is oozing. Gross, right? Disgusting. And I'm just listening to the podcast to hear them talk about my oozing eye. I don't know. For me, it was embarrassing because it's like, I don't want anybody to know that shit, you know. So yeah, so the Overlook Hour podcast, the latest episode, they talked about it, and I was embarrassed this morning. I was sitting here listening to it, like framing my little stuff, you know, custom framing it away. And I'm like, fuck, they talk about my eye on the podcast today. I was like, that is awful. That shit was the worst. Like, I feel a little bit better now. Thank you. I'm here. I'm back. You know, medication did what it needed to do. Yeah, it was just awful. So that happened. We had people at work today stealing. Like, I don't know, all these little people stealing. You had Mr. Cobra Kai. He looked just like, what was his name? Jonathan Lawrence, the guy from the old Karate Kid. He looked just like him. I was afraid he was gonna whoop somebody's ass. I don't know. His accomplice was this fucking big Miss Piggy ass bitch. She was stealing markers and got very defensive. I don't know, girl. I wouldn't say they were like crackheads because she was too big. She ate enough. It was weird, but these bitches trying to steal. So that was an experience today. Yeah, today was just a long day, but I was really excited. The highlight of the day was Blu-ray Tuesday. So I did pick up some new releases today, and yeah, I'm excited to get into those. So for the first pickup for this week, is from Dread Presents, and it's called Howling Village. It's from the director of The Grudge 1 and 2. Yeah, the writer and director of The Grudge 1 and 2. I guess this is a subtitled film. I love The Grudge, the first two, especially the first one. I don't know if you guys watched this in theaters back then. I don't know if they're showing my age. Well, it's not that old, is it? Anyways, yeah, Sarah Michelle Gellar was in it, the star of Buffy, one of my favorite shows. If you follow me, you probably, know. But yeah, that movie creeped me the fuck out. The whole like, the little thing, that. It was like very, I don't know, it scared the shit out of me. That little Asian little ghost kid that was like, with the face. I don't know, it was scary. But yeah, that director did this, so I'm really looking forward to this. Next cover is kind of cool. Dread Presents. So that came out today. The only special features on this release is a trailer and a Japanese trailer. So if you want to see it in Japanese, I think this movie is in Japanese. Horror comes home, that's the tagline. Dread Presents. Also from Dread Presents, Art the Clown here and Terrifier. You guys should check that out. It's my little buddy for the episode. Isn't he cool? You can't get one. These are limited. Next up for the week is Eli Roth's History of Horror, Season 2. I watched Season 1. It was pretty cool, pretty insightful. They take an episode to talk about different genres of horror, like supernatural, slashers. They spent like 2 episodes on. This season, I'm not quite sure what they get into, but they have new interviews with different people here, it says. Quentin Tarantino, Stephen King, Bill Hader, a bunch of other people here. What Screams Are Made Of. It's on AMC. Season 2 was just released. I was really bummed because I'm a completist, and Season 1 dropped with a slipcover. And look at this. Bare bones. So yeah, we didn't get a slipcover on this release, but it's kind of cool to have in the collection. So Eli Roth's History of Horror. All right, next up for this week is Marvel's latest release on Blu-ray is Black Widow. With Scarlett Johansson. It's like one of their first female-led feature films. And when I get the Marvel movies, Best Buy always has the exclusive Steelbook. Target has the exclusive Digibook, or it comes with like a book with like gallery photos and like a bonus disc or something. And I was excited to get the Target version. It's essentially this, but it has like a book with it and like more features for like $5 more. and I get to Target and it's sold out. Like usually I have this trouble with Best Buy, which is why you have to pre-order way ahead of time if you want like their exclusive. But Target, there was nothing in the area, like in the 50-mile radius, no stores had it. I don't know if I got there too late. I was there like at 8:10, like I don't know, possibly. The guy said he only got like 2 copies, so that's probably why. But I missed out on it. I was really bummed. I usually have all the Marvel films as a Target release and most on the Best Buy ones, and I missed out. I'm gonna try to get that soon, but in the meantime, I settled for the regular one, which isn't too bad. This slipcover is awesome. I don't know if you guys agree, it has a cool little sheen with it, and I had to I'm a completist, so I had to add this to the collection. And this has loads and loads and loads of bonus features, deleted scenes, a gag reel, Sister's Gonna Work It Out, that's a featurette here, and a bunch of other featurettes, filmmaker introduction, and much more, it says. Yeah, 4K. I like this movie. I will say when I see Shang-Chi, I totally forgot about Black Widow. Sadly, Shang-Chi's awesome. I think I talked about that last episode, so go check that out. But yeah, Black Widow. Next up is a film that I looked forward to and I was like shocked and I hell liked, is Zola. This is from a story that was told over like 250 something tweets on Twitter, and it's like almost like, did this shit really happen? Like, it's crazy, like the shit that these people went through and then the stories that they were told, they turn into a movie, and this movie is crazy. It says it's outrageous, and it is outrageous. It's pretty funny, it's pretty crazy. Like, if I met this bitch is crazy. If I met this girl, I don't know, maybe we'd be best friends, or I don't know, she's crazy. But I highly recommend this movie. I thought it was pretty funny. I remember I dragged Russ and Oksana out to see this one, and I think they liked it. It was fun, it was crazy. I look forward to checking this one out. Has a few bonus features, commentary, deleted scenes. Oh, there's deleted scenes. I wonder what those are. Oh, and it has the story, it has the whole story. I guess you could check out the tweets. Yeah, because this story is nuts. I highly recommend reading it. I think there's a book now, A24 put out a book with all the tweets in it. It's crazy, like a lot of like drama, suspense, this crazy girl here, and like strippers, and then like, I don't know, there's a lot of sex if you like that, a lot of like nudity. Not on her part, which is weird. It's a lot of dudes, like old dudes, so it's kind of gross. Like old fat dudes with small dicks. But if you guys are into that, I mean, Zola's it. I'm here, like, you know. It comes with a digital copy too, at Zola. Yeah, check out those tweets and watch this movie. I highly recommend it. This is one of my top, you know, films for this week. 824. So there's a lot this week, it seems. So the next one I picked up this week is a re-release, but this is one I hella liked that came out a few years back called Hansel and Gretel Witch Hunters. I already own this in 3D. They had a 3D release back at like a Target exclusive, I believe, like at a digibook type of thing. I got this a few years back, but they just released it in 4K. Has a new master. I don't know if it has any new bonus features. I don't think so. There's unrated versions and it has a bunch of featurettes, but I think those were on the last ones. But it does have a cool update. They did update it here, and it comes with the Blu-ray and a digital copy. And a cool slip. Fun fact, this actually, oh, here we go. It's falling out like last week's Justice League. So, you know, these slips aren't too... Yeah, this hit Amazon early. If you guys caught that, I'm sure a couple of the Blu-ray collectors out there have caught that sale. But it was like $8.99 for this on Amazon. And if you caught it in time, hopefully they honored that for you. But usually they do. But this hit $8.99 for the 4K. I sadly missed that. I paid, you know, the 20 bucks at Best Buy. That's Witch Hunters. I like this movie. If you guys like this, let me know. It had cool action. Jeremy Rennie before he was Hawkeye, or maybe he was Hawkeye during this, I don't know. So that was everything I picked up for this week's Blu-ray Tuesday. But I was surprised today too, this kind of made my day as well. I got a copy of Curse of AURORE. It's a new found footage film that just hit DVD, I believe, here, and it's signed by the filmmakers, which is so cool. I haven't seen this yet myself, but if you listen to the Overlook Hour on episode 266, they interviewed the filmmakers, and when I listened to that episode, I hella wanted to watch this. It seems chaotic, it seems like there's a lot going on in this film, but it sounded fun. I love found footage, and I'm super looking forward to watch this, and was pleasantly surprised to actually have a copy on DVD. And it's signed, so it makes it even more special. Curse of AURORE. So that's it for this week, guys. Stay tuned for next week. Until then, bye.